Hey there guys, it's me, ZayLovestoDraw, and today I'll be doing a sketchbook tour. And first thing to start off with is the first page, obviously. And just knowing myself, of course there has to be a gigantic eye, because that's like my thing, it's like I just love drawing eyes. So going into this, I knew that it was just supposed to be like about color. Mainly I was trying to focus on color for this entire sketchbook. I wanted to get it done for all of 2023 and have it all fulfilled and finished, and it is now, so I'm going to show it off and probably show off some pages that aren't fulfilled completely. Just like the eye one, I don't think it is completely fulfilled, but I could say I at least tried to fulfill most of the pages. Alright, and on to our second page that I'm struggling to flip. For this one, I decided to go more toward the linear side of things. I lean more into the circles and the geometric shapes. It actually looks like I kind of went in with an idea, which I originally didn't. I kind of winged it. I have notes on this. I got like the sidebars and sizings for different measurements that I had to shape the paper to for a printmaking class. That guy's from Breaking Bad, I'm pretty sure, and just a random sketch. And that's me talking about the Sumi paper right there. It's a great type of paper. And then there's Pot Backwards, which I had to do that for printmaking. And then I wrote hi, I think on the printmaking sheet too. And the tour continues. This is the next page. I think it's just like a bunch of little doodles. I think for this one, it was like made on such an interesting little slab of paper. It just feels different from the rest. I kind of like the fact that this sketchbook is multimedia and has like little aspects of other things added into it. Just like my real art, which is more like collaged. And then the next page, which is a poem that I wrote in the corner of the right. And then there's also some lyrics on the left, which is from a band that I like to listen to. They usually have pretty sad lyrics. And I guess I was probably feeling a little bit down that day, so I wrote a poem to commemorate it. And this is the next page. Once again, you can see all my notes all around, but let's just focus on the sketches. This is a woman, I think, and I just kind of made her sitting under this glowing light, and I was probably messing around with saturation and darkness between lights. For the next page, I have so much notes everywhere, oh my gosh. But ignore the notes. And look at the art and the sketches of all the swirlies and the flimsy colors and how they all kind of rumble into each other. This one was a sketch before the actual project that was up and coming inside of my printmaking class at the time, where my main subject was mushrooms, so I kind of did a lot of studying on them. For the next page, as you can see, there's like a large eye, and there's a girl's face. Very colorful. I like to play with colors when it comes to faces, and especially eyes, since I really love drawing eyes. I can tell that I went in with the idea that this eye would be like throwing up the sun or something. There's also like this overlay effect that's going on between the background and the confliction between colors that I find very intriguing. Also, if you're here still, then I'd encourage you to hit that subscribe button, the bell button, find it. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. If I'm gonna put it in the video, I don't know. It's gonna be, yeah, somewhere on here. Just do that. Anywho, back to your regularly scheduled program of I don't know which page I'm on, but this page, I'm pretty sure this is one of my main inspirations for most of my printmaking prints that I did. It's this one mushroom guy, and I like the design and the bright abstract feeling that I get from the colors. Along with the face that's like designed next to it, I kind of feel like they give off the same vibes. It's this very fun between play of line work that I really enjoy. For me, it's the harshness and the boldness of the colors that kind of go hand in hand with each other, and they make out this very scratchy feeling, which I feel like as a viewer could be very exciting and interesting to look at in perspective. For the next page, it's my favorite page actually. It's my main mushroom that I made during printmaking class, along with a beautifully sculpturized eye. Very pigmented, has so much saturation, and the seamless flow of line art between the bold colors and the soft lines, even just straight up eyes and dots, and It's so abstract, but it gives this very formidable feeling, along with those 3 over-digitized eyes at the top of the mushroom. I really like that when I printed it, and I like how I drew it out with marker here too. It's a very double standard. It looks so gorgeous, and kind of gives you this illusion, which could be exciting. The next page is just full of notes, so we're just gonna skip on past that page. This page has a lot of crosshatch work via marker and complementary pairs. I remember being bored during class, so I kind of fast sketched a lot of the people in there and professors. And I remember I even fast sketched a cart right in front of me. For this, it's like the complementary pairs versus the desaturation, along with emphasis on the subject. I'm pretty sure the mushroom is supposed to be a woodblock print, which is why I kind of mainly focused on desaturation versus saturated colors in the front and in the background. Alright, and next on the tour is some silly wonky doodles on the left side, along with some notes and some coffee stains. And then on the right side is actually a sketch for a painting that I did. At the time, I think I was inside of beginning painting. So I was learning how to do oil painting, and we had to make these giant head things using cardboard. And that right there is the sketch of the giant head thing. We named them planar personas. I don't think there's really much to this page, so I'm gonna just go on to the next one here. Also just sketched out in pencil and using markers. Now this side is a little beautiful, in my opinion. We got the markers, which kind of look like watercolor at points, and then the vibrant pen and the extreme line work. And then I got some comments kind of glued in on there from classmates. That's kind of what I like about this. You got the aspect of collaged work in the sketchbook. I kind of think of it as patchy when it comes to sketchbooks. I kind of put them all together and create this whole cohesive thing. So the same thing on the left side as last time, just comments from classmates, and on this side it's like a fully cohesive idea that I had. It's just like a portrait of myself, kind of disformed a little, and with very rugged words to explain the emotion that the painting was trying to get across, which is, I create waves, and now we'll look-see at the next page, which is another portrait of myself, and what looks like a young girl on the other side. I kind of like this one in the way that it goes. It kind of tells like a little poem that I wrote out. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? I believe in me. I'm me. I'm me for a reason. You're you. You're you for a reason. Embrace who you are. Be true to yourself. All you have is yourself to rely on. And then on the other side of that, it's very vibrant. There's greens, there's blues, there's pinks. So many hues of color. I can feel the excitement egging off of the pages. And then the next page is a very sloppy sketch on the left side, and the other kind of sloppy sketch on the right side, but both are done inside of 2 different mediums. One is done in pen and pencil, and the other one is done in marker, and I think pen. Yeah, 2 separate things. But they're very sloppy, and I think this entire page was just meant to be a little bit messy, just get excited, have some fun, experiment a little bit with the ideas and things that were in front of me. This wasn't like directly in front of me. I remember sketching the scene out. The next page is probably another one of my favorites. It includes a bunch of eyes, just so many different kinds of eyes, and just so many different variations of faces. This is one of my favorite ways to sketch, just kind of by creating a bunch of one thing. So like I kind of create just a bunch of eyes, or just a bunch of dresses, or a bunch of shoes, just to kind of get around understanding the physics of those things and trying to understand the way that they work in the world that they're placed in. For this, I just really love these things, so of course I just wanted to make a bunch of them anyways. Why not, you know? And I think it really comes out well, especially with all the colors in the background. It kind of brings forth the faces a lot more. And then the next page is mouths. Just a bunch of mouths. It's something I suck at drawing. I tried to decorate it a little bit with using some lines and some abstract ideas. I got flowers going on, and then on the other side is fashion. Just a bunch of ideas for dresses and shirts that I kind of like. I wasn't trying to really pay attention to the background, but by doing that, I still feel like I pushed forward the ideas that I was giving out more. And there's a lot of crosshatch work going on over there with those pinworks, and There's a lot of divisiveness going on throughout all these works. They kind of have their own life. The next page is, oh my gosh, it's so broken, it's so pretty. I really like the background where the left side is. You can tell, it's like this broken, fragmented idea of, it's very abstract, flat surface, but it works very well. The colors are, I think, what actually adds this obtuseness to it. It makes it feel like it's a material, like it's a full thing, even though it's not. And the hair is very shagged. Whereas the second is more like a collage. There's a bunch of added on pieces onto the already there sketchbook, and there's just faces and people drawn in. I like the pin work on the extra works that are added on. It feels like there's just so much life going on there. For this page, we got something new. On the right side is my friend's work, actually, so it's not all mine. And then this side where there's like leaves and this still collage, that's my side, and those little eyes are like round, big round things. I don't know what they are, but they are very abstract and pretty. And then there's the person right next to them under the blue and the black lines right there. Yeah, where I'm pointing. That's not my work. But I do like that my friend adds into my sketchbook, because I've always liked the idea of collabing with someone on a sketchbook or just on a drawing in general, and this feels like that in this aspect. Alright, on to the next. This page is full of crosshatch work. It was actually done in real life. It was like a still life sketch, because I was getting ready to paint this still life in real life for oil painting. And then on the other side is a bunch of notes, obviously. Some categorized abstractness, just to fill in the void. I won't lie, I like how it turned out with the pencil and the pen. The next page is just my friend's work. Those round oval things that she likes to do. So, on to the next. This page is just overridden once again with clothing designs and just fun little things I love and I liked the idea of. And then there's also faces on the other side. These are caricatures of people in my real life that I've sketched. Probably make it into a comic book. Just tell some fun stories or some crazy stories. Yeah, I really like the hatch work going on here. You know, I've never realized how much I actually do hatch work until I look at my sketchbook and had to describe every single page. Within these little works, it's just so much little sketches that's just added on. The next page is... wowzers. Things are getting exciting. Of course, I say that because of the kissy, or the little kissy bag, and two people kissing in the corner right there. And then I also have like pen work, just extremely small doodles. It's very cutesy. Not much going on these pages. I think I sketched my cat right there. Not a very good sketch, very messy. Okay, on to the next page. Once again, it's not much to talk about here. This one's more like a little self-portrait on right here, and then there's also just a bunch of small little doodles. Yeah, on to the next page again. This one is also just full of doodles. You got facial structures in the corner, random study notes on this, and then there's also just like class homework updates. And I also like that there's like this one's very dynamic on this side. You got the pen, the marker, a very abstract background working alongside the very neutral colored front figure. Let's see what's up next. It is a very messy, colorful sketch. Two very messy, colorful sketches. This right here is someone's business card, I'm pretty sure. I like to paste business cards onto my sketchbook. Reminds me of people, things I've done, places I've been to. I don't know, I kind of use it as a scrapbook almost. For this page, I forgot the anime character that I was drawing, but this man is definitely from an anime. I just don't remember who he is. If anybody knows who that is, just... tell me, please, because I forgot. And then there's like a comic book scene, kind of just like zombie-esque stuff going on over here. And then a quick shout out to one of my friends at the top, because she makes music, and I was writing down her name for her music account. Alright, and then on the next page is SpongeBob's house. It's a pineapple under the sea, and then on that side we have, like, I think that just says Germany, Dutchland or something. And then some small little doodles. I have a friend from Germany, I think I was just writing it down. I don't know why. Next page is Norway. That's my cat. I sketched him in a bunch of different poses, basically. This kind of feels like cubism in a way, even though it's just like a collage of one thing, just in a bunch of different positions. That's basically cubism, if you understand what I'm talking about. And then I have like a couple more poems. I think this is a joke I said once in class. I don't know, I wrote it down, I thought it was funny. Or just random. Like, there's no way that joke was that good, but okay. Alright, and then on to the next. For this one, I did exactly the same thing I did with my cat on the other page. For this figure right here, just kind of did this cubism thing again. I mean, it's not really cubism, but it's like a collage of the figure inside of a different position every single time. And then on the other side is like a study or an idea that I was going to do for printmaking, but now I might just make it into a painting or something. On to the next page. I guess I kind of like that collage cubism vibe I was going for the other figures, so I did the same thing here. It could also be more along the lines of back when I drew a bunch of things just to kind of clarify that thing inside of a space. So a bunch of eyes or a bunch of clothing designs inside of a space. And then on the other side, I'm pretty sure it's just a bunch of different mushrooms. Yeah. Just for a study for printmaking, I think. Next page. Oh, this is just so random. I remember sketching this, and then my friend sketching it, trying to show me what the inside of a mouth would look like if it grew a mushroom. Don't ask, it was for printmaking. Next page is one big old perspective doodle on one side, and the other side is a ridiculous story, just a really ridiculous story. I'm gonna tell this actually. I remember this one time, it was me and my sister and I when we were just talking about something that was like scary, and then my mom walked in and she was like, well, if anything actually bad happened to you, I would have realized, and my mother senses would have kicked in, and then I would have burst in the door, broken the walls with my hairy, muscly man legs, and destroyed everything in my path just to get you because I know I need to save my children. And I was like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard anyone ever say. Less so about the mother thing and more about the hairy man leg thing. The next page is also upside down for some reason, just like the other one. And I'm not making a Stranger Things reference when I say that. It's just another mushroom again. I forgot what this type of mushroom was. All I know is that I was trying to make a scene of it growing out of my hand. And that's why I'm saying we are nature, our skin, our souls. It's because your skin is literally becoming nature as the mushroom grows out of your hand. It also kind of gives back this idea of just like when you die. I think I've heard of mushrooms growing around grave sites. And then also like this very patched on work on the other side, which I consider more like scrapbooking. The next page is all dedicated to perspective, it seems. One side is just 4 mushrooms growing out of a human figure, and then the other side is a perspective of the back of an alleyway from my planar persona head. Both of them are for classrooms. One is for printmaking and the other one is for beginning painting, I think. This is my last one for the semester, I remember. I guess, here is mostly the shadow work, the shading, the line work, all the directional line that's going on inside of that. Very unique stuff. Alright, and on the next page. This one has a lot to do with scrapbooking. There's a lot of cutout words placed onto this paper. Planar persona head comes back, and then I crushed it. I crushed the actual box, so that's just me giving a little description of what happened in real life. This page over here is just a bunch of words wrote out. I don't know, I guess I was feeling silly that day, so I decided to just go in and go crazy all over the page. It's another version of the sketch that I did on the other one with mushrooms coming out of the human figure, except this one has like more of an emotion to it with the words and the background that I got there. And finally, but not last, oh well, it is last actually, this is the last page. The last of our pages. We ended off on a really blurry note. The eye is like parts of it inside a pen, parts of it that's in pencil. And we got like scrapbooking on this very last part over here. These 2 figures, that person sticking out their tongue and someone that looks like Kurt Cobain for no reason. I'm gonna be genuinely honest here when I say that I was not expecting to actually fully get through this. I didn't know whether this sketchbook was going to look good. I mean, it doesn't. This is more like a 2022 thing, even though I said it was a 2023 thing. Like, I accomplished most of the sketchbook in 2022, and I just finished it out in 2023. Thank you so much for watching. Doesn't matter which social media platform you're from. Thanks. I appreciate any support. I'm proud of it. I actually like it a lot, and I'm gonna bring you in. We're gonna write this down, that I did it and I finished it in 2023. I'm honestly very excited for the next sketchbook. I might do more of these. This is my first video, long scale, actually, you know, going into detail about what I like to draw, what I like to sketch. I feel like it's an honest look into a messy artist sketchbook, my life basically. Hope you enjoyed. This was ZayLovestoDraw.